What's up everybody, it's CJ and I'm back with another Pleasantville renovation. So today we're going to be furnishing the 40 Woodland Drive. So this is also a house that's in the original Pleasantville and y'all, oof, these houses need some help. So normally I don't change anything on the outside when I do furnishing videos. Usually tend to stick to the inside because usually the outside is already nice, but this was one of those rare exceptions where I have to just change the outside. So I ended up recoloring the wallpaper. I redid the porch. I also re-roofed the house. I changed some windows, the door. It just needed some help outside, you know. I also was trying to get a little bit of money back because I'm pretty sure this house is supposed to be a starter home. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a starter home. So I was trying to get some money back. I even had to get a family from the bin just to place down here just to make sure that I had enough money and that I wasn't going to go over the budget or anything like that. So when you move your family in, you'll have around 1,000 simoleons. So you'll have enough to kind of get started playing the game. If you need to buy some extra stuff, you'll also have some more money for that. But I think the house pretty much has everything you'll need for a starter home. So like it is 2 bedrooms, but in my brain, this is probably like a little family starter home. So one of the rooms is for the parents and the other one is for the baby, but feel free to edit this house if you need to or whatever, you know. As always, I do leave these bills linked down below. But y'all, I really like how this house turned out. Like, I wasn't too keen on using the sliding door at first because I don't really like sliding doors for the front doors in The Sims. Usually I like them for like, you know, the side of the house or the back of the house, but I don't really use them on the front. But I needed a 2-tile door that was cheap, so I had to just use the one from the Pets pack, you know. Now, moving on to the inside, I was kind of happy that I didn't have to do the floor plan because I could just start furnishing. So as you'll see, we have like a kitchen, a room in the middle, a bathroom, and we also have a bedroom. So I was kind of happy that at least I have the stove and I had like the plumbing in the bathroom done, so I could kind of like focus on other stuff. So the first thing I'm doing is just changing the floors out. I kept the tile in the kitchen, but I just recolored it. And I'm using the like 0 simoleon hardwood floor that I made. Like, it's not CC, but I just used like the color wheel to kind of like recolor it. So it's free, which is good in this situation because I need all the money I can get. I did swap out those kitchen counters in here because these are kind of expensive. These are like, I forgot how much. They're like 200 something simoleons. So I definitely couldn't use those. I would have loved to though, but I couldn't use them this time around. So I swapped them out with the country kitchen counters from the base game. The color scheme for the house is kind of like a mustardy yellow with some brown accents here and there. And then like the nursery is kind of like a mint green. The other bedroom is more like a sage green, I guess. So the color scheme is very relaxing, I would say. Like I love the way it turned out. I really didn't have a family in mind with this house either. I was just kind of like trying to make something that looked really nice and kind of classy in a way. All right, so as you can see now, I'm swapping out those other countertops with these ones from the base game. I also swapped out the sink for a cheaper alternative. I did want some upper cabinets in here just to kind of fill in some more space. And then I also put some pots and pans down as well. I had to make the kitchen a little bit smaller because I realized it was taking a lot of space up. And then like halfway through me furnishing the kitchen, I was like, where can a living room go? Because like, you know, this house is kind of not that big anyway, so I was like, where could I put a TV and a couch? And originally I was going to put the TV in the parents' bedroom, but as I was furnishing it, I realized that I didn't have a lot of room, so I ended up just putting it in the hallway, and you'll see that a little bit later on. But as of now, the kitchen is kind of taking its shape. I kept those original lights in the house. These are just the base game, like, overhead light, so I used those in every room. I did go back and recolor. I forgot to recolor some of the lights in the other rooms, but I did go back and recolor them. And I don't know, I just like the way the kitchen looked. I really like the color of the tile. This build reminds me of some of the ones that I did in Rosewood Park like years ago at this point, and I just really like it. So next up we move on to the nursery. So for the nursery, I didn't really know what color scheme to go with. I knew that it had to be something kind of like nice and neutral, so I went with the green colors, maybe like a teal or a mint color. I used the base game crib because I was trying to, you know, stay within that budget. And then I'm also using this baby mobile. This is the one from Into the Future. It's cheaper than the one in the base game. And also I used the Sims 3 tool mod to basically lower the mobile. I recently did this for another build on my channel, and it works when you lower it down like that. And I was like, oh, I have to do it for this build because it looks more realistic, because the mobiles in this game, they sit so highly above the crib. That's also an issue in The Sims 4 as well, but that's just not that realistic, I don't think. Like, I feel like most baby mobiles are directly over the crib. So I lowered it down a little bit, and then I'm going back now and I'm just adding some carpet in the bedrooms just to kind of break up that wood floor, because it was a lot of wood in here, and I was like, maybe we could put a carpet. I don't really use carpet that often anyway. I was also trying to figure out what else to put in here, so I put a rocking chair. I also used a base game lamp in here, and then I'm swapping out the doors for these from the base game. Again, I'm trying to save money, y'all. So I swapped them out for these cheap wooden doors from the base game, and then I also wanted to put like a toy box in here too, so I used the really cheap older looking one from the base game. I'm using this freezer bunny photo in here as well, and I also put a rug down in here too. There wasn't like too much I could really do in this room because it isn't that big, honestly, but I think it works for a nursery. You know, like if you needed to, you could always swap out the crib for a single tile bed, maybe a 2 tile bed if you put it on like the wall. So if you need to, like, you know, have the room be for something else or a different sim, you can always kind of, you know, rearrange it. But this is just the idea that I had for like a baby being in here. So that's kind of the vibe for this room, but I really like the mint or like the greenish color scheme. I think it looks really relaxing. And then next up we move on to the bathroom. So I wanted to use the original tile, so I just recolored it ever so slightly. I wanted to swap out the pedestal sink for these kitchen cabinets, but I just could not do it because, I mean, I could have done it, but I feel like it would have been like a waste of money. So I was like, maybe if I'll just keep the pedestal, I'll just put a mirror above it. And then I found that towel rack object from the base game, and I put that in the corner as well. I put a little rug down here too, and then I was just trying to find a way to kind of like fill in more space. I almost put a tub in here instead of the shower. I just didn't want to run out of space in here, so I was like, maybe if I just keep the shower, it'll be okay. So we have a shower, we have the toilet, we have a sink, so it's a fully furnished bathroom. I did move the towel rack to be like more against the wall because I just didn't like how it was looking like that. But now we move on to the bedrooms. I had to use that really cheap bed from the base game, but you know, it'll be okay because maybe when your Sims move in, they'll have some more money. You can swap out this bed for a better one, but this is the bed I'm using. I'm also using a slightly better dresser from the base game. It's not the cheapest one. It's like one that's like a little bit more expensive, but I'm using that dresser in here. I'm also using the mirror from the base game. This end table is from the pets pack. I really like it because it's cheap and it fills in a good amount of space. And then I later went back, you'll see it at the very end of the video, but I went back and I added a chair in here just to kind of have like a place to sit and just also to kind of fill in more space in this bedroom. I was going to put a rug underneath the bed, but I was like, maybe we don't need it in here. So I did put a little lamp just for some extra clutter. But that's pretty much everything for the bedroom. Like I'm telling y'all, I was really trying to make sure I had money left over, so I was furnishing it. It looks nice, you know, like I put a plant in the corner, but I was really just trying to make sure I didn't go over that budget. Luckily for us, I was able to get everything that I wanted. So, you know, last but not least, I was like, maybe I could put the living room over here in the hallway, because like this house really reminds me of the Prefabulous house from Sunset Valley. So I was like, maybe I could just put something in the hallway. Like, I don't know, I was trying to like squeeze in a living room in here somewhere, because you know, I like to have TVs in my Sims houses. So I'm using the one from the base game. The rug is from University. The couch is also from base game. I used another one of those pictures from University in here, and then I realized that I did not have a bookshelf in here. So it took me a while to find it, but I was trying to find that really small one from the base game. It's like the vertical one. So I ended up using that, and I put it over by the kitchen just to kind of fill in some space in that area. But that's pretty much everything for the inside. Like I said earlier, y'all, I just love the way this one turned out. Like the color scheme is just so relaxing. Again, it's kind of like a neutral, but it's nice. I think this house could kind of fit like any sim in my opinion, you know? And then like as for the outside for the landscaping, I could not really do that much because I was really not trying to like use all of our simoleons. So I used some of those $1 hydrangea plants from Ambitions, and then I'm also using some of those low-lying pink plants. I believe they're base game, I want to say. So I ended up using a couple of those as well, and that is pretty much it for the entire build. So if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. I am also going to leave this build link down below as well if you would like to download it. Please be sure to stick around for the screenshots just so you can see the house from a different angle. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching!